Hello everyone and welcome to another video. So today I will be talking about post-processing. One thing you should note though is this post-processing video is not going to be on the Benchy that I 3D printed. Instead it will be on a different print because the Benchy didn't use any supports or anything that needed to be removed. So due to that, there's really nothing further to do with the Benchy except, just end it there. So here is the post-processing section. Here you can see I have a baby Groot made out of wood. So I'm going to start with the raft. This is a disposable structure, as I mentioned in the slicing video, and as you can see, is very easily removed. A raft is a really important structure, but for bed adhesion, but here you can see I am cutting it open to show you what the layers really look like on the inside. A couple layers that are sandwiched together. So instead of it being, this structure is a disposable structure. So it was like this, and you're meant to peel this off the print, and it yields the bottom looks like this. It's pretty here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's pretty dang rough. This texture is very rough and coarse. Which is quite important. Now, time to remove the supports. There's some ooze on this print, so let me just, scrape off all this ooze. Look at that. This material gets removed very easily. So you can do this all with your hands. Look at that. Just, comes apart. It all comes apart, which is great. This is support. Maybe it'll give me a couple problems, However, there's also, just in doing that, there's a small crack, which I'm gonna glue up. It's unfortunate, but some prints, this one's pretty easily repaired, luckily, because it split on a layer line. So much ooze, though. Look at this. All this stuff is just ooze. Support here. So much support in this model because there's some support, but it's not easy, not necessarily hard to remove. Because I have an interface layer. Oh. Wow. That's unfortunate. The head just fell off. I'm super glued that back together. So that just goes to show folks just how the layers don't bond really well. So if you have like this wood filament is very fragile as a whole, because I mean, look how thin that is. This wood filament is very fragile, so when you're extruding it, it's very important to be careful, because that obviously just happened. You know, just pick the basics. See this arm, you have to be really careful with these arms. You know, very delicate. Before I continue though, I'm gonna just make it quick. Cut. Okay, I'm back. Now, got, you know, some needle nose pliers for this job. When you're doing this, you'll notice here's all that we've removed so far. Just this amount of garbage, you know. It's very important though when you're doing this to, obviously, as I mentioned, be careful. You saw what happened with the head. I mean, this stuff is just, it's so fragile. It's really annoying that's this fragile, because it looks nice. I mean, I might, you know, depending on how good this looks, I might put some wood stain on this, like stuff you could buy at Home Depot or your local hardware store, because it will absorb it. Otherwise, right now I'm just trying to remove those pesky supports. Use the pine knife to help. You know, just cut off any. Always look at this. Just stuff you can scrape off your nail. With PLA, it's a little bit worse, because with just regular PLA, this is a composite material, so there is real wood in this filament. This is not a fake wood, you know. The only additive is real wood and just regular PLA, which makes this stuff a pain to print with, because it's just so fragile, and when you're taking it off, you have to, you know, we have to handle stuff with care, you know. This part snapped off. Now, this is not a big deal, because in the end, this snapped off along a layer, and that's really important to know, because when you're trying to piece this back together with super glue, if it's along a layer, you can see I super glue it, it could look seamless. Otherwise, just remove them supports. Do you guys have any suggestions on settings, like temperature wise and stuff for this? This is just, you know, Hatchboxwood PLA. Not sponsored, of course. But if you guys have any suggestions on settings for this particular filament to make my prints better, then I would love to hear them in the comments. Because my goal is obviously to improve my prints, improve what you guys get to see in the end, which is just regular YouTube, nice YouTube content. Ooh, it's layers peeling off. That's not good. Okay, I'm going to end the video here because it's just going to take me a while to remove this little bit, so you guys don't have to watch me fumble around and get that out.